Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel RF Design Basics. In today's video I am going to explain 180 degree hybrid coupler simulation. First of all, we have to calculate this 180 degree hybrid coupler dimensions and then we can implement it on HFSS software. So to calculate the circumference of this 180 degree hybrid coupler, we have to see the distance between the ports. So here it is lambda by 4, lambda by 4 and lambda by 4. So this total will be 3 lambda by 4 in one side and other side is also 3 lambda by 4. So the total circumference will be equal to 3 lambda by 4 plus 3 lambda by 4, which is equal to 3 lambda by 2. And in terms of its electrical length, we have to just replace lambda by 360 degree or 2 pi, and we can find out that it is equal to 3 into 360 by 2 degree, which is equal to 540 degree. So when we calculate the length of this inner circle, we have to take electrical length as 540 degree. Apart from that, the width of this line will depend upon the characteristic impedance, and the characteristic impedance is root 2 Z0. For all other connecting lines, the characteristic impedance will be Z0. So we will calculate the characteristic impedance. We will calculate width of connecting line for the Z0. Let us consider I am going to design a 2.4 GHz 180 degree hybrid coupler. So for that, a 50 ohm line is used. So the inner circle strip will have impedance of 50 root 2, which is equal to 70.7 ohm. So let us go to the calculator and find out the width and length of these lines. So for that, we can open this calculator and find out the width and length by giving the value of dielectric constant. Let's say it is FR4 having dielectric constant 4.4, height 1.6 mm, frequency 2.4 GHz, Z0 50 ohm, and electrical length. We can put any electrical length for the port impedance and we can synthesize here, which is equal to approximately 3 mm. So I will take 3 mm width for 50 ohm line. And length, we can choose anything depending upon the substrate size. So length we are not going to fix because the electrical length is not fixed for the port. Now we will calculate the width of 70.7 ohm, which is nothing but 50 root 2. That is for the circle. And the electrical length for this is 540 degree. And rest of the things will be same. Click synthesize. And we are getting a value width 1.62 and length equal to 105.23 mm. So I will just round off it to 105 mm. Width is 1.62. Let us take these two values and using these two values we will calculate the inner and outer radius of the inside ring of the 180 degree hybrid coupler. So here I have listed the value of width of 70.7 ohm line, which is 1.62 mm, and length of 70.7 ohm is 105 mm. That means this entire length is 105 mm and it is average length. That means if I take a circle which is exactly at the middle of these two circles, then the perimeter is 105 mm. So based on this perimeter, we can calculate the radius of circle using the formula perimeter equal to 2 pi r. So r equal to 105 by 2 pi and that is equal to 16.71 mm. So which is the radius from the center to the middle of this strip. That means to calculate inner radius, we have to take radius minus half of the width of this strip. So radius of inner circle is 16.71 minus half of the width of strip, which is equal to 15.9 mm. Similarly, radius of the outer circle will be equal to 16.71 plus, instead of minus, here it will become plus, half into 1.62, which is equal to 17.52 mm. Hence we can draw two different discs. One is inner disc and the outer disc, and inner disc can be removed from the outer disc to find out this ring. Also, to draw the port, we can create one port here and then we can shift those ports at 90 degree and minus 90 degree, 30 degree and minus 30 degree for these two. So let us go to the HFSS and design it. Remember, the inner radius is 15.9 mm, outer radius is 17.52 mm. Apart from that, the width of this line will be 3 mm. Length can be taken anything. Let's go to HFSS. So let us draw this circle first by going to the draw circle and click here, draw it and change the center position to 0, 0, 0, and the radius of the outer circle is 17.52. Okay, and then bring it to the window. Next, we will just copy this circle and paste it here, and we will change the radius, and the radius is 15.9. So we have circle 1 and circle 2. This circle 1 is outer circle, circle 2 is inner circle. So select first circle 1, then circle 2 and go to the subtract and subtract it. So we have this ring. Now we are going to draw all the ports. So to draw the ports, first of all, we will go to the view, then modify attributes, orientation, and we will see the top view. So apply, close. So we can see the top view from here. So I am going to draw a line here which is 3 mm wide, and the same line we can rotate along the axis and place it at different point. So to draw the line, let us take a rectangle like this, and we will change the rectangle dimension from here. As we know that this is in x direction, this is x direction, so in x direction width should be 3 mm, so a starting point will be minus 1.5 and x size will be 3 mm. Click OK. So we can see that the line is drawn here. We can reduce the size of this line by going into the y dimension. So right now it's starting from minus 40 and length is 24. So I will just start from minus 30 and length I will put as 14. You can put anything just to have the proper dimension so that it will not go other side. We have put this value. So you can see now the length is shortened here. This line can be pasted at 4 different places wherever we require. Let us see the design first, and based on that we will shift this line. So in our design we can see that port 1 is here and port 2 is here, and I have drawn a line which is here. That means from this point to this point we have to move by 90 degree along z direction. From this point to bring it to this point we have to move by minus 90 degree. Similarly, from this point to this point it will be minus 30 degree and this will be plus 30 degree. So let us go to the design, select it, and we have duplicate around axis. Click on duplicate around axis. Here axis should be selected as Z, and then we can duplicate 90-degree angle. So click OK. So we have 90-degree here, that is plus 90-degree. Again we'll take minus 90-degree here. So this will duplicate in this side. Then we will duplicate minus 30-degree, which will come here. So it's minus 30-degree. Then duplicate to 30-degree. So this has come here. Apart from that, since this line is at 30-degree angle, we have to have a feed line which should be parallel to any of the axes. So we will bring this at this point and this point to make it oriented in y direction. So for that, just go to the duplicate along line, click on that, and we will choose one of the corner of this line, and here also we will choose the corner and click here. Click OK. So you can see now this is connected and the line is now in y direction. Now this is the last line we are going to draw. So we will move this itself to this point. Rather doing duplicate, we will move. For move we have option here. So click on move. Click on one of the corner. So I am going to click on this corner and I will bring it here. So these two are having the same dimension of the line and all lines are completed. Now select all of them and merge it. Since all are in the same plane, we can select all of them together and merge it. So now this line on the top is ready. We have to place a substrate below this. So to place a substrate, we will just take a rectangle first and then we will place the substrate. So to check the dimension of the starting point, we can go to this point. So this is the dimension we can see here, and from here we will start drawing so that this rectangle will be in the same position, and we'll click here. So the rectangle is drawn, but still this we have to adjust. So let us check the dimension of this corner. For that we can go to the draw line, and by placing here you can see the dimension of x direction is minus 30. Similarly, when you place here you can see plus 30. That means this is minus 30 to plus 30. So we can go to the create rectangle. Y dimension we are not going to change. We will change just x dimension. So the x dimension starting point will be minus 30 and ending point will be 60. Click there. Okay. So we can see that now this rectangle is completely touching all the four lines in this side and these two sides. Now we will move this rectangle by 1.6 below the z equal to 0. That means we are going to move this by minus 1.6. So to move that, click on move by selecting it. Click on move and click somewhere and then go to x. X is 0, y is 0. In z direction we are moving minus 1.6. Now there will be 1.6 gap created between these two, and that we can observe from here. So these two lines are 1.6 mm apart from each other. Now we will draw a box. So to draw the box, again we have to go to the front view, so that we will draw the box of the same size of the rectangle. So take the box, go to one of the corner, go to another corner and go in the Z direction. Only Z direction we have to change from the box, and the Z will be just 1.6. We have to just check the starting point here. It's minus 1.6 is the starting. Z is minus 1.6, so it will be 1.6, so that it will go from minus 1.6 to 0. Click OK. So now you can see this is also ready. Now next step will be to place a rectangle here. So as you know, this is YZ plane, so we have to change this to YZ, and then take a rectangle and place it here. So the rectangle is placed. We have to just check the dimension of this rectangle, whether everything is correct. Yes, 3 mm is minus 30. It's fine. Now rotate it. Place a rectangle here. This is XZ plane. Take XZ plane. Draw the rectangle. Here we have rectangle, but X size is 3.3. We have to put it 3, so that this will be perfectly matched, because we know that line width is 3 mm, so this should be also 3 mm. Now next is this one, and the same way we will do this for all the 4 ports. We'll change to 3. Okay, so we can see this is perfectly having the same width of the line. Now the fourth one is here. Draw a rectangle in YZ plane. So this is minus 3.3, we will change it to minus 3. So now you can see everything is done. Now we will give the port excitation, and for that we have to just see which one is port 1 and port 2 and port 3. So from here we can see this is port 1, port 2, then 3 and 4. So first of all we will give here, then here, then here and here. So the port nomenclature should be considered as per the design. So let's go to the port 1 first. So this will be port 1, this will be 2, this is 3 and this is 4. So first of all let us give port 1. For that we have to select this rectangle, right click, assign excitation, lumped port. Then next, and draw a new line and find the middle point and come up to this. So this is defined, finish. Then go to the top here, and here we are going to draw the port 2. So for port 2, right click on the rectangle, assign excitation, lumped port. Next, new line, click on the triangle, then another triangle. Next, finish. This is done. Now we have to go to this. This is port 3. Click on this, excitation, lumped port. Next, new line, next finish. Then we have the last port, which is port 4, and here also we will give the excitation using same method. Now we will assign the material for all the boxes and rectangles. So this box will be FR4. Then this unassigned material, rectangle 5. Here we will put assign boundary perfect E. So it will behave as copper. Then another unassigned material is the ground plane. Right click, assign boundary perfect E. Okay. So this is assigned. Now we will keep this inside a radiation box. So this is already 60 into 80 mm approximately. So I'll take 100 into 100 into 100 mm box. So take a box here and give the dimension of this box as -50, -50, -50, 100, 100 and 100. Let's check again. It's shifted above. This is the here minus is missing. So -50. Click OK. So it has come. Now my design is inside this box, and we'll assign this box as air. So right click, assign material and put air. So now this box is air, and we can right click and assign the boundary. So this is radiation boundary. Okay. Now if you want to hide this box, you can hide it from here, so that we can see the design, and we will show it as a front view. So this is our final design. Now we will give the solution setup from analysis. So add solution setup, and the solution frequency should be 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, and then right click on setup, add frequency sweep, and here we can give frequency from, let's say, 1 to 5 gigahertz, because 2.4 gigahertz is in between. Display it here, click OK. So this is ready now. Save it as 180 degree coupler, and then we will simulate it. So now our simulation is completed. Let us check the result. Right click on the results, create model solution data report, rectangular plot, choose all the S parameter here from S11 to S44. It's already in DB. Click on new report and close. So here we can see it's approximately at 2.4 gigahertz here. So these are the S11, S22, S33 and S44. Also, those ports which are isolated from each other will be having the lowest value here, and few of the ports you can see is having approximately 3 dB value. So that means there is transmission between these ports. So using this value of S parameters and its phase, we can find out the S matrix of 180 degree hybrid coupler, and we can validate with the S matrix of our 180 degree even and odd mode analysis, and we can find that the value is approximately same. I hope you understood how to do 180 degree coupler simulation. Thank you.